Hello students, today we have got English lecture and we'll do new poem. The name of the poem is The Pulley. It's 2.4 and come to your page number 71. I will repeat students, page number 71. The name of the poem is The Pulley. Now let us see the introduction. The poem is written by George Herbert. He was born in the year 1593 and died in the year 1633. Was a Welsh poet. Now, what do you mean by Welsh? Welsh is a place by the name of Wales. It is in the country of England. He was a priest by profession. You know who is a priest who tells a prayer in the church. He wrote religious poems with a lot of imaginary and concepts. Imaginary means what? He by visualizing and concepts. Concept means comparison. The poem exhibits a strange but two-way relationship between God and his worshipper. So he is given in this poem a relationship between God and his worshipper. Who is worshipper? A human being. Though he has bestowed means what? To shower his blessings. His worshipper with all his blessings somewhere. He holds them up with a pulley drawn to be grateful to him in all our endeavor. God gives so many precious gifts to the devotee, but at the same time, God also expects something in return. So, what this means, God gives so many precious gifts to the devotee. Devotee means what? Who worships God. But at the same time, God also expects something in return. What does he expect? Why does he withhold? So this line tells us that God has given us precious gift to human beings, but in return, God also is expecting something from us. The pulley shows how God lives man towards himself with the pulley of restlessness, with a distinctively metaphysical. Metaphysical means a relation between mind and matter is called metaphysical. About the poem is that a religious notion is converted to a secular scientific image. So to a sci- secular scientific image is trying to, the poet is trying to give us some message. Now, the pulley. Now, the name suggests the pulley. Now, what is a pulley? A pulley is a mechanical device used for lifting weights with downward application of force. You might be seen or you might be seen a picture of pulley in villages to draw the water from the well. A simple machine is used and a tied is rope. And a rope is tied. So what is a pulley? Pulley is a simple mechanical device used for lifting weights with downward application of force. Now I will read the poem. Please pay attention. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessings standing by, let us steady pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches we dispersed lie, contract into a span. So strength first made a way, then beauty followed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made us stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasures rest in the bottom lay. For if I should, said he, bestow his jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. Let him keep the rest, but keep them with lightning restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at last, if goodness led him not, yet weariness might toss him to my breast. So this was just a reading of the poem. We'll see all the stanzas in detail. Now, let us see what the first stanza means. When God first made a man, having a glass of blessings standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches, which dispersed lie, contract into a span. Now, what you mean by the word riches? Riches means valuable. See, value. Riches means wealth or something which is valuable. Dispersed. What dispersed means? Scattered. To spread everywhere. Contract. Contract to become smaller in size. Into a span. Now, span means a small space, like a small space between your fingers. How there is span. Now, pay attention now. I'll explain the first stanza. In the first stanza of this poem, the speaker is seeking to retell the Christian story of creation with a few added details. So here the speaker, who is the speaker? George Herbert. So he's telling a story of creation. The speaker is able to describe what God was thinking and feeling when he decided to make humanity. So the speaker says, the speaker is able to describe what God was thinking. So what God was thinking and feeling when he decided to make humanity. So when he decided to make a human being. God saw what he had made and decided to pour a glass of blessings. Here, a glass of blessings. So God saw what he had made and decided to pour a glass of blessings. Pour a glass of blessing means to give a glass of blessing on humankind. God, God's glass of blessing contain. And what is blessings contain? It contains strength, beauty, wisdom, honor, pleasure. Okay? In fact, everything that God could give. So, what the blessing, a class of blessing was having, it was having strength, beauty, wisdom, honor, pleasure. These blessings were just standing by in a cup, waiting to be used. So, what to be used? To use his honor, to use his strength, to use his pleasure, to use his beauty. This fact will become important later on the in the text. So we will see the importance of this blessings, what God has given in the coming stanzas. This fact will become important later on in the text when God decided to withhold. But after giving all these blessings, God decided to withhold something, to keep something for God. Withhold a blessings, withhold a second thought. He decided to pour on humankind all that we can. The world riches, everything from strength to beauty is bestowed. Bestowed means what? A gift given by God. They have come together into a span. So, into a span, they have come into a life by keeping small space. Now, what the first standard tells us? The first standard tells us that God has created human being and He has showered with a glass of blessings. And what is a glass of blessing? That is His beauty, strength, wisdom, honor, pleasure. Everything God has given to man. But one thing God has not given to man. We'll see what is the thing which God has not given to man. Now come to a second stanza. So strength first made a way, then beauty, followed then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made us stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasures, rest in the bottom lay. Now look at the second stanza. What perceiving means? Perceiving means noticing or becoming conscious of. You become conscious of something. Now let us see what the second stanza means. The second stanza means the first of the blessings in the pulley that comes to humanity was strength. What God gave us? God gave strength. He gave us the power, strength. It made a way, next came beauty. So after strength, what came? We got beauty, which was followed by wisdom, honor, and pleasure. It was soon followed by wisdom, honor, and lastly pleasure. This all are incredible important. Incredible important means what? All these are important in our life. What? Strength, beauty, wisdom, honor, and pleasure. These are important in our life. Incredible important parts of the human experience. There is one more element, though, that in this retelling of creation, Herbert Speaker chose not to include, that was rest. Okay, and what? After giving all these things, he said that I will not give rest. Has a blessing equal to beauty and strength. So at the same time, what is important? Rest is also important, and rest is equivalent to strength and beauty. So all these showers of blessings were given by God. But what God kept to him, he kept rest with him. It is not that one might immediately think of as a feature of life that can be given or granted. But in this narrative, it is a treasure that remains at the bottom of God's cup. He chooses not to give it to humanity. So, what treasure? What is the treasure according to God? Rest. Rest is treasure, and these blessings were not given by God to human beings. Now, rest in the bottom lay. Now, what this means here, the poet refers to peace of mind. So, rest in the bottom means peace of mind, means we should have a peace of mind. All the blessings were boasted. Boasted means what? A gift given by God on man. Only one was left behind, and that was peace of mind. And what was left behind? Peace of mind was left behind. That is what? Rest. Rest is a peace of mind. His reasoning, his means over here, God's. God's reasoning behind this choice is contained with the next two stanzas. So we'll see in the next two stanza. So what this second stanza tries to tell us, that first God gave us strength, which was followed by beauty, wisdom, honor, and pleasure. What was all this? All this was glass of blessings which God had poured on him. But after giving all these showers of blessings, what God never gave, He never gave peace of mind. And what is peace of mind? The rest. Rest is peace of mind. If we get a peace of mind, all these blessings can be gained automatically. Now, next stanza, third stanza. For if I should, said he, bestow his jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gift instead of me and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. Now here, bestow means what? To give a gift. Jewel, something precious, and adore, to love very much, to love something. Now, in the next five lines, so this is the five lines, in the next five lines, the speaker described how it was God's choice not to bestow rest, not to give rest on humanity. He knew that if he did so, then he would Adore my gift instead of me. The speaker, who's the speaker? Herbert, Herbert, George Herbert is the speaker. Thinks that God made his choice because he didn't want humankind spending their day worshipping nature. Instead, they should be appreciating the God of nature. Rest is not something that is an integral part of human life. So, what God is saying, by giving rest, man will become very lazy and he would not worship the nature. But what God wants human beings to appreciate the nature, the good things in nature. Rest is not something that is an integral part of human life. Now, look at this line, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. Now, what this means here, rest means man would be very happy with life and enjoy it to its fullest. What he would enjoy? He would enjoy rest to its fullest, and he would not appreciate God's nature and not approach God who actually created nature and the world. But God but human being is so selfish that he would not be thankful that God has created this nature. Now, last stanza. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with ripening restlessness. Let me be rich and weary, that at last, if goodness leads him, not yet weariness might toss him to my breast. Now let's see what this last stanza means. Now here, meaning ripening restlessness means continuous anxiety due to dissatisfaction, means you are not satisfied with what God has given. Weary means tired, and toss, bring, or throw, close. Now let us see what this stanza means. In the final lines of the poem Pulley, the poet finishes up God reasoning behind this choice not to give humanity a complete life, means not to give humanity a complete life of rest. He doesn't want humanity to never rest, but there should be different period. It is ideal for everyone to rest only until they feel restless. So everybody wants to rest, but when we should rest? Only when we are tired, when we are restless. Then they should get back to their life. And after resting for some time, we should get back to our life. Means we should start our daily activity, what we are doing. Now, yet let him keep the rest. Means what? Your God all says that man can keep all the other gifts. What are the other gifts? What God has given, like wisdom, beauty, knowledge, strength, other gifts that he has bestowed on him. But he will not bestow on him peace of mind, but he will not give him rest of mind, and this will make him unhappy. Who will become unhappy? Human beings will become unhappy. Man is thrown into perpetual means what? Never ending restlessness, so that he can always remember his creator. Who is the creator? God is creator. And turn back to him, whether as a result of goodness. So a human being should not be selfish and he should always be thankful to God what he has given to us. Now let us see what we revised in this poem. George Herbert, the poet, shows us a strange but two-way relationship between God and his worshipper. So in this poem, George Herbert, he has shown us a relationship between God and his worshipper. God has showered his worshipper with his blessings, but leaves them restless. So God has given us blessings, but what he has not given, he has not given us rest. God wants them to be grateful and adore. Okay, God wants them. Them means what God wants all the human beings to be grateful and adore. Adore, adore means what? Adore means love very much what God has given him restlessness, then only his gifts, such as nature. God hopes that his restlessness, which acts as a pulley, will draw them towards him. So, what is a pulley over here? Restlessness. Restlessness, which acts as a pulley, which will draw them towards God. So, this pulley will able to draw human beings towards God. Okay, students, hope so. You have understood the poem. Now, in this, you are going to do come to your page number 72. Do activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3. Activity 3, there is no need to write in the notebook. Just read and understand. Come to page number 74. Question number 4A. Just read and try to understand. No need of writing in the notebook. Question number 4B. Write in your notebook. Question number 5A and 5B. Please do in your book. And I will send you the appreciation of this poem. Okay, students? Thank you very much.